Hey guys, Viking82 here, back to show off the new plunder in this latest Raids video. And soundtrack has changed, had to throw on the Kiss Alive album. Even though I've heard this countless times in the past, I could have easily just put this up on the shelf, but I wanted to listen to it one more time before I did so. And yeah, sorry if I'm rushing through everything, going a little fast. It's because I've got a lot of stuff to show, and I really want to get through this as quickly as possible. I'm going to start out with some tech death out of Australia. This band features current and former members of Cauldron Black Ram, and that is Intellect Devourer, with their, I believe, debut full-length album, Demons of the Skull. And as I said, technical death metal out of Australia, really solid stuff. I've listened to this a handful of times, and definitely worth checking out. Next up, we have Ascended Master with What Was and What Shall Be Again. And yeah, this is the debut demo of Cody Nar's one-man project. It plays kind of a mixture of thrash metal, black metal, and death metal. Of course, you know, Cody is a former member of Faith Extractor, and he's also a live member of the band Estuary. I've listened to this a couple different times, and pretty solid stuff. Definitely worth checking out. Next up, Mortician, Brutally Mutilated. Yeah, this is a reissue of their Brutally Mutilated EP, plus a rehearsal from, 1989. And of course, you know, Mortician is a well-known brutal death metal grindcore band. I mean, pretty much if you're into death metal, you know Mortician. This particular release features John McKenty of Incantation on guitars. And Will Romer's vocals on here actually are more of a gruff growl than they are his traditional, real deep guttural one. So it's kind of cool to listen to. Really well packaged. Definitely pick this one up if you can. Next up, we got a couple more reissues. This one from the Dutch death metal band Sinister, and that is their first and second full lengths, Cross the Sticks, as well as Diabolical Summoning, which is the one I've been really wanting to pick up. But of course, I really needed both of these, and I'm very, very happy that I was able to pick these up through Hell's Headbangers, because everywhere else that seemed to get them sold out super fast. Next up, we have a compilation release from the band Unnatural, entitled The Afflicted Path to Cursed Putrefaction. Of course, this is a death metal band out of Joliet, Illinois, featuring Ken from Ken's Death Metal Crypt. Definitely go check out his channel. It's limited to 300 copies, and this pretty much is a compilation of everything this band has ever recorded up until this date. And yeah, if you love old school death metal, check out Unnatural. Definitely give them some support. Excuse me. Next up, we have Inoculation with Anatomize. And yeah, this is a death metal band out of Cleveland, Ohio. This is their first EP in the follow-up to their debut full-length album entitled Pure Cosmic Dread, which came out in 2018. Really, really solid stuff. I believe it was Necrotic Nick over at Thralls of Metal actually showed this, and I checked it out. I was like, God, I got to pick that up. Next up, we have Visceral Mass with their self-titled debut, and this is a release that I have been hearing a lot about, and a lot of people have been recommending it to me. California death metal, and this is the band's debut EP. They're currently on hold, and I believe this was only a two-man project, co-released between Maggot Stomp and Savard Records. Definitely worth checking out. I've listened to this a handful of times, and this is some sick, sick death metal. Next up, another one that I actually found out about through Necrotic Nick and Thralls of Metal, and that is Encoffinized with Chambers of Deprivation. Again, another co-release between Maggot Stomp and Savard Records. This is a death metal / grindcore band out of Huntington Beach, California. This is their debut full-length album. And I haven't gotten to listen to the whole thing, but the stuff I have heard from it is just absolutely killer. Definitely go check these dudes out. Next up, the CD version of probably one of my favorite demos of 2020, and that is Coagulate with the Art of Cryptosis. And yeah, as I said, one of my favorite demos of 2020, the band's debut demo. And if you want my full thoughts on this, go check out my review for this. Absolutely killer release and definitely worth checking out. Next up, another one that I've been getting recommended left and right. I've listened to a couple songs here and there, but have not had a chance to listen to the full thing, but I'm glad I was able to find a CD version. This is Leprophyliac with Necrosis. And yeah, death metal band out of Spain. Debut full-length album put out through... Rescued from Life. I couldn't hardly read that logo, but yeah. Again, been getting a lot of recommendation on this. I'm really looking forward to listening to it. Next, another one that I didn't even know this band was coming out with a new album. That is Insidious Disease with their new album, After Death. Yeah, this is basically a death metal supergroup of sorts out of Norway. You have Selenos from Dimmu Borgir here, Shane Embry of Napalm Death, Tony Laureano, who used to be in Nile, Malevolent Creation, and about a million other bands. And this is their first album in 10 years and their second overall, so I'm really, really looking forward to checking this one out. Next up, we have Darkened with Kingdom of Decay. And just look at that artwork. Absolutely sick stuff. International death metal band. You have members currently and formerly of bands such as Bolt Thrower, Memoriam, Grave, Acornors Quintet, and yeah, host of others. Debut full-length album. I've listened to a little bit of this so far and really digging what I've heard. And lastly, we have the new EP from the Legends Carcass, really another band that needs no introduction. This is the follow-up EP to their 2013 album, Surgical Steel. I listened to this about 4 or 5 times the other day while I was doing some cleaning, and this is just absolutely killer stuff. Go check it out. So, yeah, that is going to do it. Thank you guys so much for watching and subscribing. And again, sorry for rushing through this, but yeah, until next time, stay brutal.